I'm just going to make the lock nut and handle out of these couple of pieces of cold rolled. This one's 9.5mm, which makes it great for threading for an M8, and yeah, this is just a short piece which I chopped off the other day, and just going to face chamfer off the ends, drill and tap, and then we'll bore, well actually prior to that we'll bore and thread a hole for a nut. I may have to modify the tailstock a little bit, just to allow a bolt to go through from underneath, because this is going to be the nut obviously. So anyway, let's get on with it. That's nice. Right, I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going to set up the cross slide for cutting the taper. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so set the top slide ready for cutting the taper. I'm just going to keep turning until I feel satisfied that it looks okay. The other one. I think we're nearly there, to be honest. I'm just going to speed the lathe up a second. Okay, well that's the taper cut. So I'm just going to flip it round now, and we'll face and bore out and tap. Okay, so the part's flipped over and ready for facing. I moved the top side to a more comfortable position since I didn't need that specific setting anymore. Okay, so feed screws engaged to lock the saddle, and we're ready to go. there, giving yourself a little bit more room. Reach the sack now. Okay, so that's now faced. And we can get on with drilling and tapping. Just move the hole, run the everything out of the way. Get rid of some of these chips. They do get everywhere. Right, there's my centre drill. Oh yes, there we go. Clumsy so and so. There we go. Bit of oil. Right, now here's the interesting bit. I now have to see if I can match this or get something close. I guess if I'm modifying the tailstock anyway, it doesn't matter what the thread pitch is. So I can make this whatever I want to match whatever I can use. So hang on, let's get these calipers. That looks like M6. M6. I'll just double confirm that. I'm going to be back in a second. Okay, so I've decided to modify the tailstock to take an M8 bolt. This is just a substitute for now. I'll get a high tensile one later. Basically because there's a nice amount of meat between the two, so I think the clamping forces will be a bit better. This tiny little handle never really did much in helping me clamp the tailstock down very well without a fight, so yeah. We're going to start with the I think it's 9.8, 9.5 or something mil bit for the tap size, but we'll start with something smaller first. Just move this out of the way for the tailstock. So I don't know what that is. I've just grabbed the smaller one to start with. We have quite a hole. Yeah, I think the grind's a bit one-sided here. I'm only going in about, oh, I don't know, an inch maybe. Just over. Don't need to go all the way through. tap drill. Right, 8.5. I was well wrong. Bottom, there we go. Bolt. Just take a few seconds. Okay, so I was just measuring how much overhang there was on the bolt, or how much stick out. So with everything now drilled out, faced and turned, we can now remove the part, and I'm going to tap this off camera. It's a fairly simple job. I'm just going to do it in the vise, and I'll come back in a bit. Okay, so off camera I've drilled out the tailstock for an M10 bolt, and also tapped the nut, and also drilled and tapped the hole for the handle, which is our next point. So let's get on with that then. Okay, so I've already faced one side of this. So I'm just going to face the other side, then we're going to mark out where the threads will go up to. Bit too much stick out for my liking. We'll face this much further in and bring it back out again. Better. Put a heavy chamfer on this. There we go, lovely. Bring this out. Get a depth from the calipers. Lovely. Right. So I'm just going to make the recess around the back, but I'm going to use my parting tool. So I'm going to bring this back in while I make that. Now that's not bad, is it? Hey, right up to the line. Okay. stick the old girl in back gear. Oh, hang on, wait a minute. Disengage dog clutch. Good. Okay, so with that done, I'm just going to use the chamfer tool. A little bit of a chamfer on the inside edge there. Right, she's all set up for threading. Now, I still haven't done any threading on this lathe yet. I'm not sure what all the gear ratios are. I've got no chart or manual or anything, so I'm just going to do this with a regular die. I'll be back in a second. On. Okay, so tighten up the jaws just a little bit more on this. So I can do a bit of power threading on my lathe. Now I'll turn the speed right down. Oh no. No, not enough torque with the belt. Never mind, we'll carry on by handing it. Shame, no. Back in a sec, I've got to unwind this thing. Okay, so what with the belt slippage and the jaw slipping and everything, I ended up doing the threading off camera over the bench. So with that, I've just realised that I'm going to have too much length since I've added this recess here. So I'm just going to shorten the thread a bit to take up the slack so that the handle fits in nicely to the nut. Bring it back to speed. And that's what happens when you don't engage the dog clutch. Right. There we go. So I'm just going to face off a bit of this. Approximations. That'll probably be about right. back in there. Lovely. Right, get this out and screw it in, see how it goes. I'll just turn you around. Okay, so we're now facing the nut, so I'm just going to screw this in now. Still got a bit of overhang. Oh, wait. That'll do. Right, now. Okay, that's not going anywhere. Bit annoying that it has to go all the way around, but there is the clearance and it does work. Well, oh, I can live out there, I guess. Enough movement in there. That's not bad actually. I can stay like that. It's not going to get in the way, it's only right up to the edge of the chuck there. Always push it out of the way anyway. Yeah, good to go. That'll do me. Thanks for watching. No, I couldn't leave it. It was too annoying having it where it was, so I had to dig around in my bits and bobs tub, and I managed to find a dished washer, and it's now resting in a much more out of the way and convenient position. So yes, out of the way when it's loose and doesn't need a lot, and she's as tight as you can get it. No, not moving. Look at that. Perfect. There we go. Anyway, thanks for watching.